Good morning. It's Friday, July 5th. And yesterday, as I was preparing to send out my ranch, I went scrolling to find some interesting articles to talk about. And I found a wonderful historical fact that was pretty amazing to me about the 4th of July. Since 1777, the 4th of July has been celebrated as the day the United States of America finally and formally broke from Great Britain and became an independent nation. But there's also another stunning coincidence that happened on the day of the nation's birth. It is marked by the deaths of 3 separate founding fathers and early U.S. presidents. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and James Monroe all died on the same day, the 4th of July. Not in the same year, but on the same day, the 4th of July. And Adams and Jefferson actually died a couple of hours apart on July 4th, 1826. That was the 50th anniversary of American independence. So this fact that these 3 presidents, and I won't call them great presidents, but historical presidents certainly, all died the same day, was quite a coincidence. And it sparked a certain amount of speculation, because how could these men all die? There's something wrong with that, about them dying on the same day. So there are some tales about that. And there's a certain amount, more than a certain degree of speculation on how that came about. In the eulogies for Jefferson, mourners suggested that he had willed himself to survive through illness until reaching the significant 50th anniversary, the milestone of the nation's independence. And it was recorded by various people who were with him when he died. And on the night of July 3rd, Jefferson said, "Is it the 4th?" He was waiting for the 4th so that he could die. So statesman Daniel Webster suggested divine intervention had played a role in the timing. It was to signal to the world that the United States was favored by a heavenly providence. Others have offered a more sinister theory. Others have suggested that the doctors deliberately prolonged Jefferson's life until July 4th, and had even had a hand in determining John Adams' final day, making sure that it fell on the historically significant date of July 4th. But whatever the explanation, the coincidence has become part of the great history and mythology of our country, part of the story of the birth of the United States. I can believe a lot of this because of the patriotic nature of these 3 men. It would be a sign to the rest of the country that we should live and be strong in this great democracy that they have founded and have continued to work. I wish that our democracy was still as great as it was to those gentlemen the days they died. So 4th of July is a date of great celebration. But this year, to me, it is a sign that we are failing in our role in the world. Our democracy right now is in tatters. And maybe we need a great man to come forward and die on the 4th of July and revive the democracy that once existed. Somebody to come and bring us back together so that we will work together for our own benefits. And to have presidential candidates that are not on the brink of death. So when you look back at our history, you must recognize that we were lucky to have such great men available in our earliest formative years. We should be looking at other great men who have given their lives for this country and put them in the same sphere as Trump and Biden and compare them and recognize that we need another great man to step forward to run us and keep us in the place where we belong. So the anniversary of the 4th of July is more than just the birth of a nation. It's also the death of 3 good presidents, people who fought for our founding and got us on the right track. Track that is now moving in the wrong direction. And hopefully we can get ourselves righted again. So I leave you with that little piece of history this morning and hope that you had a great 4th and that you will continue to have great 4ths. And have a great 5th also. Bye.